Hi everyone, welcome back to the Steps to Success YouTube channel. Today we'll be discussing daily routines and visual schedules, including their importance and how they can support children's participation in everyday activities. So first, we'll talk about some routines. Routines can provide children with structure and predictability in helping them better understand expectations throughout their day. And routines can include daily activities, meal times, family routines, school tasks, recreational things, and both the morning and night routines. And maintaining a consistent routine may help to support self-regulation by preparing children for tasks and transitions throughout the day. Routines can also help develop executive functioning skills, including planning, organizing, and sequencing, which are important for daily activities. And next, we'll talk about some visual schedules. One strategy that can support routines is the use of visual schedules. Visual schedules are tools that can involve pictures, symbols, words, objects, and even videos to show the sequence of an activity or a routine. Visual schedules can help support understanding of the task expectations by breaking down routines into smaller steps. They may also help support children's regulation, independence, and executive functioning skills in helping them participate in those meaningful activities in their everyday life. There are many different formats of visual schedules and prompts that can be individualized based on a child's needs and their skills. For example, some children may benefit from picture-based schedules, while others may benefit from written words or even an object-based or video support. Now let's look at how visual schedules can be incorporated into daily routines, starting with the morning routine. And as many of us know, morning routines can be busy and overwhelming at times, and some children may experience difficulty managing the multiple steps involved and transitioning between those different morning tasks. Some common challenges during the morning could include, again, that difficulty in transitioning even from sleep or rest into those morning steps and remembering all of those sequences in the correct order. And also some may have limited independence with self-care tasks such as brushing their teeth or getting dressed in the morning, or maybe just even feeling overwhelmed with the amount of steps or being rushed on time. So there, a visual schedule can hopefully help by breaking the routine down into smaller and simpler steps. Another strategy that can also be implemented is using a timer or just placing the visual schedule in an easy-to-find location, whether that may be in their room, on the bathroom mirror, in a place they'll easily find and have access to. And also just using pictures and visuals to hopefully help reduce verbal prompting throughout the morning routine. It also can be helpful and valuable to practice the routine together so they can better understand the expectations and the system of using the visual schedule so they become more comfortable. And also even just allowing the child to check off the completed task or remove tasks with things such as like using Velcro pieces with the visual schedule and placing them on so they can have more of that sense of confidence and a sense of accomplishment, or even if using a digital version or a paper version, kind of just even allowing them to just check off each thing that they do so they can kind of go through each of the steps. And provided here are a few examples of a morning visual schedule. On the left-hand side, more of a checklist type of schedule, and on the right, more of a time-oriented, so they can follow based on the time of their morning routine tasks they have to follow. So either can be used based on a child's needs and preferences and developmental level, whatever works best for you and your child that could help them throughout their morning routine could be used. Okay, so next we'll look at how visual schedules can support nighttime routines. Nighttime routines can also be challenging for children and families as they balance dinner, homework, play, and other activities before transitioning into the nighttime routine. Some children may have difficulty slowing down in the evening and transitioning away from their preferred activities, maybe such as play, games, or television, or even just preparing their bodies for rest and bedtime can be challenging at times. And some children may even experience increased energy levels before bedtime. So potentially using tools such as a visual schedule and also incorporating sensory-based strategies during and before the nighttime routine may help support transitions into that bedtime routine. And many of the same visual schedule strategies mentioned prior for the morning routine, such as using a timer, practicing the routine together, and encouraging them to check off the steps as they go, can also be very prevalent and very valuable for the nighttime routine. Some additional steps that could be used for the nighttime may also include maintaining that consistency to help provide that structure and predictability, and also providing transition warnings such as 5 more minutes of play and then it's time to brush our teeth, kind of giving them an expectation and a warning as to what the next activity or task may be. And also creating a calming environment could be really valuable by dimming the lights, lowering the noise, and limiting electronic use and time prior to bedtime. Also just to help reducing that sensory stimulation. Some children might also benefit from some calming, sensory-based strategies such as massage, deep breathing, and other relaxation strategies to help transition into bedtime. And on our website and our YouTube channel, we have a lot of other sensory-based strategies that can be really, really valuable to implement into that routine. But overall, it's just really important to adapt that routine and those strategies to meet your child's needs and sensory preferences. Visual schedules can be a helpful tool that can hopefully be individualized to help a child support their independence, regulation, and that participation in those meaningful everyday activities. Provided here are a few examples of a nighttime routine, visual schedule. Again, kind of similar to the morning time routine. On the left, there's a checklist version, and on the right, it's more time-oriented. But again, that visual schedule can be individualized to meet your child's needs, whether it's more so picture-based or word-based or even object-based, whatever schedule and strategy works best for you and your family and your child could be implemented. And on the next slide, I'll be providing some templates that could hopefully be valuable to use as well. As mentioned, here are a few blank templates of visual schedules that can hopefully be valuable and helpful to use and implement for your child in their routines. We have one with a checklist, one that's more like a time-oriented, and the last one is a first-then kind of visual schedule, so providing an activity that they're going to do first and then giving them the expectation of maybe preferred activity, play, or watching a show after they complete that first initial task. So there are so many iterations and formats of a visual schedule. Hopefully some of these tips and information was valuable and helpful to hopefully help implementing some visual schedules into your future routines with your child. Thank you so much for watching this video on visual schedules and routine in relation to occupational therapy. Please feel free to like and subscribe and check out our other resources on our website and our YouTube channel. Thank you.